Hi guys, welcome back to Riley's Reactions. Today we're going to be watching some scary animations.
On the trampoline.
And ignore the background noise because me, my sister, my brother, and my sister's friends are doing a 24-hour trampoline
And
challenge.
you.
So I'm going to be uploading a couple videos tonight. So let's get right into this.
Yes, please.
True Home Alone Stories 3.
What?
I recently moved out, and I already have a horror story to tell. The house I moved into isn't anything impressive. It's just a house that's appropriate for one or two people. But I'd say right away, I started hearing weird sounds coming from inside the walls. I first
Okay,
heard
that's
it in
weird.
the kitchen, and then in the bathroom. But on night 3, I started hearing it in my bedroom.
It could just be a rat.
I was sure there was some kind of animal living in my walls. I just had to figure out how to get rid of it. The next morning, I didn't even have enough milk to fill the bowl of cereal.
Tough!
I
That
couldn't
sucks.
believe I hadn't realized I needed more milk. In fact, I seemed to be eating up all of my food pretty fast. I woke up in the middle of that night to the sound
Big
of
chunky boy.
breathing. Not my breathing. It sounded just like the breathing of a person. I
That's
flipped the
odd.
lamp on, and it stopped. I chalked it up as my mind playing tricks on me after waking up.
How is it technically?
The next day was
I
really
don't
hot,
see
so
why
I
it's
turned on
ruled
the AC
technically
for the
home
first time.
alone if he lives in
I
his
checked
house
every
by
single
himself.
vent, and some of them weren't blowing any air. One of them being the vent right next to my bed. I peered through the vent with a flashlight. There wasn't even a duct behind the vent. It was just the inside of the wall.
That's odd.
It seemed that whatever air duct was in there had been removed. Unfortunately, I didn't look into the air conditioning system while buying the house,
Idiot.
so I didn't know about this. That night, I had to sleep in the heat with no AC.
Oh,
So
that
I was
would
up pretty
suck.
late, constantly
Just
rolling
buy a
around
fan.
and flipping the pillow
It's
over.
not that hard.
Then I eventually started to hear the breathing again. But this time, I was fully awake. I knew it was real this time. It was coming to my left. I looked to my left at the air vents. The sound was surely coming
It's coming from the
there.
air vents.
I grabbed the flashlight again and shined it in through the vent. I dropped it and screamed. There was someone's face peering through the cracks of the vents.
Ah!
The first thing I saw were their eyes, open wide and glowing. I screamed all the way down and out the house. I soon found out there was a crazy, dangerous homeless man living in my walls, and he had been eating my food ever since I moved in.
See, I knew it wasn't him. Okay, that one wasn't bad. Just the peering out of the eyes got me. I'd say that was a good 4 on the scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know about that one.
All right, let's do another one. I think we're gonna do 2 more of these. True haunting stories.
Oh shoot, cover my ears much.
Stop, Patrick.
And munch on those
Why do they all turn red?
I was doing some night hog hunting in the woods near my backyard.
Of course
I've
I
always
was
wanted to
hiding
go
in the
hunting.
tower I had built about a decade ago. In case anyone's wondering, I of course had a night vision scope attachment.
Nice.
I
Wonder how
guess
much
I'm
that
what you would
costed.
consider a hardcore hunter. I don't want to bore you with the unnecessary story prolonging details, so I'll make this short.
Thank you.
And I want everyone to know that though I agree this story sounds far-fetched and crazy, it is nothing but the truth. And I, in a way, actually consider myself lucky that
Are you
I'll
doing
always
a
have such
24-hour
horrifying
challenge in
story
your
to share.
hunting thing?
So,
You're staying
while
there
I
for
was
a
sitting in
while,
the tower
bro.
waiting for movement, it finally came. I took aim and found the source. But it wasn't at all a hog
What
or
was
any
it?
kind of animal I was expecting.
What was it?
It was a person.
It
A
was?
man wearing all black. Black sweatpants, black shoes, and a black hoodie with the hood over his head. But that wasn't the
Shoot him.
freakiest part. He was dragging a sack behind him. My heart started
It
racing.
might be a body
I was
or
pretty
something.
sure I was witnessing this guy trying to bury
he's
a body.
maybe gonna kill someone.
I continued to watch him, but then he slowed down, and I swear to God, it looked as if he turned his head up to me.
Who has just
I
white?
ducked down under the wooden
white
walls
sockets
of the
where
tower,
their eyes
shaking
should
in
be?
my boots.
Well,
Yes, I had a gun, but just the idea of using it against a person is horrifying.
If he's
I lay
threatening
low,
you, then yeah.
praying to God that he hadn't seen me.
Probably
It would make
didn't
sense
because
if he could,
it's
though. It's
midnight.
practically pitch black out here. Or
Or it
at
looks
least,
to
that was
be.
my logic. Seconds
Or he's got
felt like
night
an
vision
eternity
goggles.
as I waited for the footsteps in the leaves to move elsewhere, but I didn't hear any footsteps. All I heard was the sound of a foot hitting one of the wooden planks on the ladder of the tower.
That's not good.
I felt the entire tower vibrate and shake as there were 2 more steps moving up the ladder.
Maybe it's
At
sad.
this point, I was
She's
asking
dead.
myself deep down, am I going to be able to shoot someone?
Yes,
For
if
some
it's
reason,
self-defense.
That's what I would
whoever was
do.
down there decided not to climb all the
If
way
you
up.
shoot.
If
As
it's
I heard them
technically
jump back down to the
self-defense,
forest
then
ground and began
that you
dragging
won't
the
get
sack
arrested.
away.
Yes.
I think I stayed frozen like a statue for at least 10 minutes before even
That would be
peeking over the ledge
manslaughter.
again.
Or
The
self-defense.
coast seemed
Whatever.
clear. I had to get home and warn the police immediately. I hopped over the ledge and descended down the ladder.
Don't use the
I
flashlight.
turned on my pocket flashlight.
Like this video and
In hindsight,
subscribe.
it was a stupid move considering the situation.
Idiot.
And ran back in the direction of my house.
Why would you run in the
I was
direction of
only
your
able
house?
to
That
run
guy
for
can
about
just
10
follow you
seconds or
home.
so when I heard the rapid, manic footsteps crunching the leaves from behind me.
Shoot
I
him.
took a look over my shoulder, and there he was, inches away from my face. I
Shoot
spun
him.
around and shot him in the shoulder.
Bang. What I've been waiting
He
for.
stopped and screamed in agony, and I took that moment to finish my dash to my house. Again, in hindsight, I should have held him hostage somehow, but that doesn't even matter now. I called the police, who showed up within 15 minutes with a whole search squad, and I led them all into the woods to the exact location where I shot him. There was a faint yet noticeable blood trail spilled onto the leaves, which
It's
led
cold.
past the body bag, which the cops seized, and eventually right to the maniac, who was hiding under a log next to a tree. He was arrested and tried for the murder of Jin Quen Sakanaki, a Japanese corner store owner.
That's
I don't know the full story behind it, but I do know I won't forget this one for the rest of my life.
No,
And
well,
I'll
now you
also
gotta
be telling
cool.
it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That one wasn't too terribly bad, but it wasn't. Yeah, I'd give it a 5. Alright, so we're gonna do, I think, 2 more of these, and then we're gonna end this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. Abandoned house
I'll
at
never
night.
forget the time me and my brother snuck out past our bedtimes to explore an allegedly haunted house down the block.
Uh-oh, that's not a
Yes,
good
I said
idea.
bedtime, as I was only 10 and my brother Luke was only 12. When our
See,
parents
telling
said
you,
goodnight
not
to
a
us,
bad
I
idea.
went to Luke's room.
I mean, good
and we
idea.
took a couple hand-powered flashlights with us and hopped outside through the window. Luckily, his room was on the first floor. Those hand-powered flashlights worked by constantly pushing in a little trigger that would create light inside the lens. They were noisy
That's
as
how
hell,
most
but they were
flashlights work.
convenient. Once we were outside, we just walked down the block, and in 2 minutes we were there. It was rumored by all the neighborhood kids and teens.
Why don't
that
you
the
do
place
it
was
during the
haunted.
day with more people?
Everything about it was creepy. The older, more antique design of the house, the isolation from the rest of the houses, and the broken windows and rotting wood. It seemed perfect for a horror movie.
You don't say.
We went around to the backyard. This was all my curious and confident brother's idea. I was
I
scared
knew it.
shitless. The door was locked, as expected. I felt a bit of relief, thinking we might just go home. But my brother made a shocking move next. He grabbed a plank of wood laying in the grass and began smashing the already chipped window. Eventually, there was enough of an opening to unlock it and slide it up completely.
You're gonna be like a
We hopped
professional
inside
criminal
and
when you
began
grow up.
cranking those noisy-ass flashlights. Immediately after entering the house, we both picked up on the fact that it was like 90 degrees in there. Which was
Okay, so
odd,
there's
as
no
it was
ghosts,
a
because
September
ghosts are
night
usually
in the
like cold,
mid-70s.
I guess.
There was no graffiti or anything anywhere. In fact, it was relatively empty besides a few pieces of furniture that were clearly not worth taking along. It seemed we were the first to enter the house, shockingly, or at least from the back. We went upstairs to the main floor from the
No,
little den
stop,
area
stop.
and
Never
continued
go
cranking
upstairs.
The flashlights.
Or
That's
just
when we
never
heard the
go
slightest
into a-
crack in the floorboards from right
Or
above
never the
us.
basement.
Or just ever, anywhere.
We both
Never go
jumped.
anywhere.
I tugged for Luke to leave, but he told me the place is old as hell. It's just house noises.
Hey, profanity
I
for a
stopped
12-year-old.
cranking the flashlight at this point, and I urged Luke to do the same, but he only called me stupid for suggesting something so ridiculous.
That's old.
Then there was another crack in the floorboards from above us.
Stop trying to investigate. It's gonna get you
We
killed.
began walking upstairs. I didn't want to go up there, but I was not about to stay down there alone.
I would
followed
stay down there
behind him to
alone.
the upstairs.
I would actually run.
There was a door that led to a room right above where we were standing. I begged him not to open it, but he
Don't
must have
open
just
it.
wanted to be the big, tough older brother. He began to reach for the doorknob while still cranking the noisy flashlight, but then he stopped. I was confused. I could see in the dark he was moving his ear up against the door, listening for something. Silence. Then, the most deafening, nightmare-inducing moment of my life. A single bang on the door from the other side sent my brother staggering into the wall in pain, covering his ear. We dropped the flashlights and ran straight out the back door and back home. We were so loud when we got back that our parents found us out. We told them what happened, but they naturally didn't care and grounded us both for a week.
Yikes! That would
2 nights
suck.
later, I woke to the sound of something from outside my window and a glare of brightness sneaking in through my slightly opened blind. I sat up, and my heart sank when I realized it was the sound of the crank to my flashlight. I stood up and looked out the window, and that's when it stopped. There was nothing but complete blackness out there after that. I woke the next day barely remembering what happened, and I still hope today
I would remember
that part
that,
was
like-
just a dream.
Yikes. Okay, that one wasn't terrible. That'll actually be the last one, so please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.